I won't say. Yeah, DLB. So it's obviously under, so, I mean, that's the vSphere you love and the vSphere you have been using for years. It's using 6.2, but whatever, same vSphere. You go under NSX, and you remember, central load balancing was done in an edge, where I was editing the edge, and then I had the load balancer tab in it. This one is not done there. And the way it is done in this preview, it will change from now and the GA. But for now, the way you configure it, it's under service definition. You add a new service. And this new service is a DLB service, okay? So you simply click plus, and you add this new distributed load balancing service. And this means the NSX knows it needs to push the DLB engine to all the ESXs, all-ish. I'll explain what I mean by ish. But it's like when you do firewalling. You remember firewalling is distributed? So we have kernel push to all the ESXs for firewalling. Distributed routing, same thing. Routing is distributed to all the ESXs in kernel. So you add a new service, and now inside the ESX kernel, you have this new DLB service. Okay. So then that means you turn on DLB in your NSX environment. But so far, you haven't done any load balancing. So then we use the construct of Service Composer. So under Service Composer, you can create groups of people. So I create a group of my client, the client that will access the VIP. So in my example, it's the web tier talking to the app VIP. So I have a group with my clients, and this group is simply all the VMs that are on this logical switch. So I have today 5 client VMs that will access the VIP. Okay? They are in this group. And that's a dynamic group. So obviously, you can add later on new VMs. And then I create another group, which is my target backend servers. And this is, in my lab, everybody in the logical switch app. So everybody in the logical switch app, I have 2 VMs. Okay? So I created this construct of my clients and my servers. And then I do the DLB for that. So again, we have it today under firewall, which does not make sense at all. I 100% agree with you. So that will be somewhere else. But today, it's under firewall partner security services, where agree, load balancing is not a partner security service, but the UI hasn't been enhanced for this. So the trick was to create it here. I'll create it with you. So I delete my old one and create a new one so that I will go through all the steps. So I create a new DLB rule. I put a name. It's just a name, VIP app. Then I say, what are my clients? My clients are all the people in the security group web. Here we go. And they will be load balanced to all the people in my security app, which is cool because if I add a new member in my pool, automatically it will be added. And it's for HTTP, traffic. I have a little Apache server on it. And now the fun comes. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay. And here is, this is new, balance. So I do DLB. I load balance the traffic getting out of my client VM to the VIP 172.16.1.6. Okay. Let's go back to full screen. And publish change. Okay? So I created a construct, a VIP, from all the clients' web in my, my client's web, talking to my server's app, load balanced by this IP. But where is this IP? 172.16.1.6. Everywhere, anywhere, it's not tied to a VM. It's like, for the 90% of you knowing NSX, when you create a distributed load balancer, you remember we have this concept of distributed load balancer, and you create a default gateway .1 on this distributed load balancer. Where is it? I don't know, I cannot tell it's here or here. It's on all the ESXs. And where is this VIP? On all the ESXs. All-ish, that will be on all the ESXs where I have the SG web. Okay, I have 5 VMs today, so that VIP will be on all those ESXs. If I have some other ESXs not hosting that VM, the VIP will be not here. But if I move vMotion that VM to that ESX, boom, that new ESX will have it as well. Okay? So, if then it's the same nice application I always use in my lab. So that's a page that shows the client IP address and shows the server IP address. And so you can see I have configured that the real IP address of my client. So there is no source NAT, you see, 11.11. So there is no source NAT in place. So the backend server will see the real client IP address. And I was before on 12, and now I'm on 11. 12, 11, 12, 11. So I'm well load balanced. Who is doing that load balancing? The ESX where Web 1 is. If I do load balancing on Web 2, which is on another ESX, now I'm running out late, but that will be done by this other ESX. If I vMotion, as I said, okay, makes sense for everybody? Yeah, I mean, if I have a new client or a new server, I will simply add, for instance, I have a new web server, a new web client, Web 6. Before, you remember, I had only 5 clients having the DLB on them. And if I plug that web VM on my web tier, boom, on my logical switch web tier, and I go back to NSX, my mouse, and now, boom, I have 6 clients. Before I had 5, if you remember. And this one will be automatically with the VIP. Okay? And same thing, I need to wrap up. Same thing, if I add a third app server, you'll just trust me, it was part of the demo, but too late. Then I will be load balanced between the 3 app servers.